a very important piece of resource here you might need for this session. It's a DM inspiration. If someone would like to give us a recap of our last session of Rime of the Frostmaiden. So if you're interested in gaining that inspiration, go ahead and give us a recap roll into chat.
Oh, shit.
Who could beat a 1?
This might be the first recap roll I've seen won by a 1.
I think you're running unopposed, Gaiman.
Yeah, running unopposed. We'll go it once, go it twice, and we will sell it to Gaiman for our recap from our last session of Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Right, so I'm surprised nobody wanted to take this. Anyway, so yeah, we on the ship, PBR, swimming away as fast as his little fins can paddle, and the rock is bearing down on us. So yeah, we try to evade it, outpace it, scare the bloody thing off with trying to imitate a try. And a mighty fight ensued. It definitely had the advantage, being able to do multiple attacks, wing attacks, grabbing people, eating people. Although I wanted to be eaten, I was prepared to be eaten, because nothing is better than killing a creature from the inside. Even if it flies away, it can't shake it. You're there down the gullet, dealing damage. Outlasting. It wasn't to be. Between my attacks, those of my allies, we did enough damage to it threw me up in the water. Made it swim back, but not before. Apparently, my call for mimicking Water Dragon was very realistic, and it summoned the bleeding Water Dragon that's been roaming around these parts. And it snatched up the rock and took it away to eat it, which really pissed me off, because I wanted to kill it. I wanted to have my supper. I wanted to have Kia make cool shit out of its carcass, but it wasn't meant to be, apparently. So, yeah, we're traveling back to Reghed End, the seaside town attached to it, to return Gant, because he had, he helped out with the fight a little bit. He's an evil fucker, and we might as well just turn him back over. But on arriving, we weren't molested or attacked on our way. We found that the prison has been taken over by and her ilk. Not quite sure who's alive left inside, whether this is going to be a horde situation where waves of enemies come at us, or if we're going to have to sneak through, kind of like that play about the snake guy. But yeah, it doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good indeed. Please take a DM inspiration from your efforts. And let us get charged up with Factspiration tonight, everyone. And going off the question I didn't get the chance to ask you guys last time. If your character had to multiclass to a class they currently aren't the next time they level up, what would it be, and what reason would they have for doing so? Let's start with our friend Akia. Akia, tell us the answer to this Factspiration question.
All right. Akia's runner-up choice would be Barbarian for Rage, just because, raging is fun. You can punch things while you're raging, and you take less damage. But Akia's number one choice for a forced to multi-class would be fighter, because because at level 1 you get I mean, this is super meta, but at level 1 you get like some options, like you can intercept attacks on your friends and they'd be cool with that, or impose disadvantage. And then at level 2, if we can say like a 2-level dip, action surge, because if you like your class, you can action surge and do more of your class. So even more cool artificer stuff.
Absolutely. A player on my Thursday night game has somehow ended up with the ability to action surge twice by level 9 through shenanigans. So it's pretty interesting when that happens, when he decides to go all out and do it back to back.
Yeah, and you can do some anime stuff if you have more than one action in a turn.
100%. Well, Ikea, please add a Faxpiration point to your total. And let's go to Lotus. Lotus, tell us the answer to this Faxpiration question.
Well, I'm already multi-classing, being that I'm 8th level sorcerer, 2nd level warlock. So, sure, let's go ahead and dip into a 3rd multi-class. But I guess if I had to choose, I would definitely go with monk. If only to sort of piggyback off of her interest from back home on Earth in professional wrestling. And I would say it would probably be, her style would probably be more like submissions based. If only just so her finisher move could be a dragon sleeper hold.
Real talk, I have been put into a dragon sleeper accidentally by someone when I was competing in jiu-jitsu, because they were just scrambling and I thought they were going to snap my neck off. For those who don't know, that's when someone decides to rear naked choke you from the front, and oh gosh, it gets a little dicey. Lotus, that'd be a cool multi-class. Please take your Faxpiration point. Let us ask Alicia. Alicia, the same question here.
Excuse me. Well, hopefully there's no adherence to the actual rules of multi-class, because I wouldn't be able to do either of these. I guess there's kind of a little bit of a two-parter. The first one would be Paladin. Because I think I had originally concepted Alicia as a Paladin, Devotion Paladin, when we were first starting, trying to pick characters and stuff like that. So Cleric Paladin, I feel like kind of would have worked. But I need 13 Charisma if I was actually pull it off, so that's not happening. The other multi-class would have been Celestial Warlock. Which, I mean, Cleric, Warlock, two sides of the same coin. Both getting their powers from some sort of entity. One's either making a bargain or the other is praying to them. So, yeah, I feel like a little bit of Warlock could work for Alicia. But again, I would need 13 Charisma in order to do that one either. So, womp womp.
What if you did an Intelligence Warlock, if the DM allowed it?
Well, again, if we're completely disregarding the whole rules for multi-classing, because you need a 13 in the stat, and both Intelligence and Charisma are below that. So, yeah, unfortunately.
Also, I would like to counterpoint that clerics would not agree with you. Generally speaking, the warlock being the flip side of the same coin, because a cleric is not going to say that forgive me, Father, for I've sinned is the same as forgive me, Daddy, I've been a bad boy.
I'm sorry, Daddy. Can you give me some more powers? I would like a new Eldritch slot, please, Daddy.
I need more
Uh,
power. More power. More power.
You know, you're not making this any easier for me, considering my warlock patron is my actual in-game father.
Mhm.
Who said this was going to be easy?
It's never easy. It's never easy. Actually, I probably could swap out Warlock, Celestial Warlock for Celestial Sorcerer. I think it would still work out, honestly. But yeah, things that are wholly based.
And I
Is
feel like
the
the
short
sorcerer
answer.
multi-class could always work. You're like, I just realized I had the power within me all along.
That and that sweet meta magic.
Absolutely. Well, please give yourself a expiration point for the answer to this question. And last but surely not least, Gaiman, what is your answer to tonight's expiration question?
So, ultimately, I'll go with fighter. You know, it pairs best probably with barbarian. You know, being able to action surge is nice. Having a second wind, you know, makes me be a fighter. But you know, if I were to, not a second choice, probably rogue.
It's interesting how they would all really synergistically work with Gaiman and work in canon.
I'm not exactly the quiet type, but I mean, having some of those abilities would be nice. Like trying to be sneaky, also, you know, sneak attack damage. I mean, that would be, you know, bloody brilliant for some fights.
I agree.
I feel like I've seen someone put together a rogue barbarian build, like in an attempt to make like Wolverine.
I think I've seen something very similar.
Like the claws would be kind of like finesse weapons, sneak attack damage, essentially just him shivving someone in the back. And then obviously rage.
And Gaiman, please give yourself a expiration point, and I need to take you guys to a new scene. So, from the dock ahead of you, aboard Phantom's Requiem, PBR as he is known, you all see destruction. The stalwart symbol of justice and order in the lawless realm of Icewind Dale that was Revel's End has been shattered, has been changed. Fires erupt from the walls of the prison. The dock where the many workers and the many ships that would arrive to deliver goods to the prison have been shattered and destroyed. And as described, bodies are scattered about. This is the scene that you have sailed up to. In one of the guard towers that overlook the sea of moving ice, there's been a symbol of the snowflake carved into it.
You have got to be kidding me.
Now let's not make any assumptions.
Akia, the place is literally on fire.
Let's just go in with an open mind, curiosity. See what's going on. Maybe this is a good thing.
I mean,
I'm not entirely sure if your optimism is well placed, mate.
I mean, it's
If we're gonna go in
probably
there, we
it's probably not a good thing, but it might be. We'll find out after a.
so we need a plan before we go off half cocked.
When we look, do we see movement beside fire? Are there people like obviously on the what's left of the dock area?
So from your current viewpoint, the air is thick with smoke, and everyone's senses are filled with smell of charred wood, and it is hard to get the viewpoints with the smoke, the ash, the embers kind of burning, which is quite the difference from the darkness that typically shrouds Icewind Dale. You guys would have to get closer, and I would need an active group perception check to see if you guys can notice any movement among the smoke.
PBR, get us closer, please.
Okay, I'll get as close as I can.
Did they have cannons like pointed out to sea last time we were leaving?
They had lots of battlements of that type, but you don't see that those battlements are currently armed because they were kind of like aimed out to sea just in case pirates attacked or anything. All right, so I'm going to give you guys the win here because we've got one normal success, one critical success for these checks. So as you guys are looking into the fire, into the flame, into the smoke, you see some movement near the dock. You see something moving behind a group of barrels that are just halfway destroyed. You think you can see a humanoid moving in the ash and smoke.
How close will we be getting to what's remaining of the dock?
I would say that this person is roughly about 100 yards from you guys currently, so you would need to go ashore to get closer to them.
Okay, yeah. As soon as PBR gets close, Alicia is hopping off and heading towards that direction.
Awesome.
Like in the water, or
once we've gotten to the dock to where she can actually get onto land.
do we want to get all the way? Do we want to bring PBR that close, all the way up to the dock? I guess so. It doesn't look like the battlements are active currently. Should we just dock and walk through the fire? Or we could swim up to the rocks. Well, that might be dangerous too.
Alright, here's what I reckon. We go see if the person skulking about's friend or foe. Bring them on board. Back off. Try and get information out of them. That way we're not sitting ducks tied up to the pier.
I can swim pretty fast. Do you want me to go grab them?
I mean, it might be safer for them just to bring them on board.
Right. I could go swim and grab them and bring them on board without drawing too much attention, I think. And if it's like a child or something, I'll just signal you.
Well, bring them on board. It'll be safer, and then we can back off, ask questions. It'll help inform our next moves.
All right. So quick vote. Do we all want to get off and go?
Alicia's already getting off. They have gone into first responder mode.
Oh, okay. I think Alicia cares more about saving people than being safe. I think we're just going to have to follow her.
And not wanting you to go off on your own, Lotus would be right behind you, at least as fast as she could.
Oh, Tempest, damn it.
Yep. I think we'll just have to all get off. Akia will jump in the water. That seems like the tactical advantage. And swim up to the dock. But we're all off. We're all jumping off.
Okay. All right. As you guys all make your way off the boat and get yourself to the dock, you can see that there are parts of the dock that have not been completely destroyed that you can climb aboard and start to make your way towards this person kind of moving behind and skulking behind these barrels. If you'd like to go unnoticed, I will need a group stealth check because you guys are moving together towards this location. If you guys don't care about being noticed, you can just run over there.
I would like us to not draw attention because we don't know what the fuck we're dealing with.
I mean, I'm gonna have disadvantage
Sorry,
anyway because of my armor, but we can attempt it.
I'll attempt it. I have advantage and disadvantage canceling each other out.
I got a little bit of a
roll
dex
stealth.
bonus for
I
the
will
stealth.
burn a demon inspiration to roll with advantage. Holy shit.
Don't know what I'm doing in the water, but it is very distracting.
There was a ice stingray in the water, and it floated to the top, and it was making like a low coo, and it was bubbling near you. And you recognize that the ice stingray of Icewind Dale are actually super cuddly and love to be rubbed. Does Akia take his time to bubble along and rub the ice ray?
Oh yeah, I think I'm like, hey, you guys, check this out. It's so cute and cuddly.
You should shut the fucking hell up.
It's over here.
Shut up.
Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got a 4, we've got an 11, we've got a 21, and we got a 17. So technically, you guys actually succeeded on this on the group check because 2 people succeeded, 2 people failed. So you guys can move up to the person unnoticed.
All right, done so. Alicia will kind of get as close as possible and kind of, I guess, under the pretense of trying to be stealthy, but I guess not with that 11. Hello, are you okay?
The person turns to you, and I'm blowing up their token right now. It's someone you recognize. You recognize this as Talbot, the stable master, who helped you guys the last time you were here at Rebel's End. You notice, let me do something really quick here, that Talbot is covered in wounds, burns, cuts, and scrapes, as if he has been in a fight.
Oh, by
He
the
says,
heavens.
It's like, take it easy. It's us. It's Thanes. What in the name of the 9 hells happened here?
There was an attack by a large group. They rode in like a winter storm and attacked. It was an army. They were all frostbitten and horribly scarred. They emblazoned themselves with the symbol of the religion of Auril. They started setting fires, blowing things up. We thought we had it handled until out of the darkness, out of the snow, a giant creature came. It was as if they had a golem made of ice and snow. It was taller, and it smashed through our walls, as you and I would smash through a child's dollhouse.
Otis curses in Draconic under her breath, and she says, I guess they got that Auril Gundam up and running.
Did the golem look like a giant woman? Out of curiosity.
It did. It was quite a beautiful woman, all things considered. But that wasn't what was important.
Well, thank you. That does give us an idea of how to fight it, actually.
During the battle, the magic was too strong for us. We didn't have enough spellcasters to fight their army. We were quickly overran.
Well,
Do you know what happened? Do you know what happened to the warden or the counselors?
Not. They went for them first. They spoke of, well, secret organizations, the Harpers, and the things that they must have been a part of in another life, and they started tearing them apart, putting them in cages and carrying them off.
So they may still be alive. Try not to talk too much, and Alicia's going to start tending to their wounds.
I was only able to get away because, well, I hid inside of a horse. I'm not proud of what I had to do.
You're alive. That's wanting to survive in this region. It's not shameful.
Talbot will look to you all and say, I don't know if any of them are still around, but be careful. I know that you're a powerful party, but I want you to suffer the same fate as many of the guard or staff here.
I think you should be
Appreciate
worried.
your warning. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Appreciate your warning. Once your wounds have been tended to, please, return to our ship. Though, I do want to warn you, so you're not surprised. Our ship is, she's silent for a moment, trying to think of it. It's alive?
That's it at the end of the dock there.
Holy fuck, he says.
Yeah. He will recognize the B team, so that'll work. I assume we're leaving the B team on the ship.
Yeah, they would have remained on the ship if you asked them to, because this seemed like a SWAT team type of mission here.
All right, I think we should make our way up. If Sybil is here, we can maybe stop this without causing too much more damage.
Before we go, running in headlock, a potion of gaseous form. Now, I'm happy to do it, but if anyone else would rather, Alicia might not be a good, is a bad candidate because she's got wicked good senses.
OOC, the gaseous form, can they go in and out of that?
Yeah.
So, like, she could use it to get rid of her armor disadvantage on stealth checks?
I'm going to post it, but just not consume it. Hold on.
I think the one thing about gaseous form is that you're moving at like 10 feet or something. Yeah, you have a flying speed of 10 feet. So you're going super slow. But
yeah, but I mean, that's going to be a hell of a lot better than trying to sneak around.
And admittedly, you've probably got, from what I've seen, you have the highest perception of all of us, so for scouting, that's probably best on you.
So as a form of a cloud, the target can't talk or manipulate objects, and any objects it's carrying or holding can't be dropped, used, or otherwise interacted with, and the target can't attack or cast spells. And it lasts for 1 hour and is concentration. Oh, but this one does not require concentration when you drink it. Oh no. So how do you stop being gas?
He just ended as a bonus action, but I don't think you can go back into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she would just want to not be a gas cloud anymore as soon as trouble started. And then
Again, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, Alicia, I will. But I think we need information before we jump in there. So,
Alicia, by the way, Talbot takes your healing word, and he looks a lot better after getting that healing.
All right, cool.
all right. I mean, Gaming, if you want to become a gas cloud, that's cool. I don't. Alicia, did you want to become a gas cloud?
I'm currently looking at something at the moment, but I'm gonna say not at this moment.
I mean, I'm open to other suggestions, just I don't know how else we're going to get information.
It sounds like a good idea to me.
Thumbs up. And Cayman will drink the potion of gaseous form.
Okay, so
And-
Gaiman's a cloud now. Do you think he wanted us to stay here, or? It kind of sounded like he wanted to scout, but if he gets in trouble.
I guess we can follow the loud noises.
Just like at a distance. We'll maybe go up to. It looks like they're busy up there. I guess we'll just try to.
We can go from a distance.
Okay. We'll follow the cloud from a distance.
So, let's see.
Okay, so while Gaiman is
So as a cloud, like I can still hear and see it, all those things, right?
It looks like that, yes.
Okay.
What it looks-
So Gaiman is Gaiman will form a hand in the cloud, as the cloud, and he will point at each person in the party, and then very emphatically point down at the ground as if to say, "Stay here."
I think the cloud might want us to stay here.
All right, just if you get in any trouble, just I don't know, just do your rage thing, and I'm sure we'll find you.
actually that's
The cloud hand will then transform into a thumbs up.
this is what I was looking for. Okay, so I guess you're sorry. Continue. Go ahead.
And then the cloud will start drifting up towards the top of the castle, as if to start at the top and work their way down on the inside.
Excellent. And as a cloud, you can kind of sneak in and sink into gaps that gas could fit through. As you're kind of sinking away, Talbot will kind of whisper out to Gaiman in cloud mode. You're going after him. Check out the warden's quarters. That would probably be the first place that they would try to potentially arm or defend or try to take over, if they indeed try to take over.
The cloud will kind of bob up and down and then continue on its way.
And as Gaiman is leaving, and I just realized I had this, Lisa's going to cast the spell. Arcane Eye. So for the next hour, I have a invisible magical eye that can see out to 30 feet, and I can move it 30 feet every action. So I'm going to send out my CCTV camera. If Gaiman's going high, then Alicia will go low.
I guess Lotus seeing this will be like, so we've got 2 surveillance drones now.
Well, this is super cool. So, kind of starting with Gaiman, as Gaiman is making their way into the prison, kind of from the top side of things. There has been wanton destruction in this prison. There are singed stones, doors that have been blown off their hinges, hallways filled with the signs of battle, weapons left behind, and, unfortunately enough, prison guards left here to rot. Gaiman, as you make your way as a misty cloud towards the wing that holds the warden's quarters, you do find that there are a group of children of Auril, the cultists that have taken over Bryn Shander, there within the prison. In the group of cultists, Gaiman, you do not see, or at least you don't see immediately, the leader of the cult, Sybil. With Alicia's arcane eye following, kind of going low, there is a kind of tableaus that have been played out that you see the remnants of. You see that prison doors have been ripped off their cages. No prisoners seem to be left here in the wing that your eye is following. You can see footprints kind of embedded in the snow and tracked through the prison in blood to the central courtyard of the Pentagon that makes up this prison. You see that there has been an altar built to Auril in the center of this prison, and there are bodies. Using your arcane traditions, your religion insights here, you can see that these cultists have been taking the prisoners to the sword here in sacrifice to Auril.
Yeah, Alicia will convey that to the people who are here, because think. Yeah, essentially it's me just looking through a drone camera. So yeah, relaying everything that they are seeing to the party.
Immediately after you say that, Lotus, without he says, "We have to stop them."
Akia looks up from their glowing coins, like, now?
Well, not like right now. We should wait for Gaiman to get back.
Oh, okay.
So Sybil is not amongst the children of Auril that are in the quarters, but are they relaxing? Are they having a meeting? What's going on?
Conversation that Gaiman as a cloud can see or can hear. They're saying the prisoners have been taken care of. The important ones have been added to the army. Let's look through here and find if there's anything missing or anything that we should bring back to Bryn Shander here in the office. I am sure a former high-ranking Harper has interesting things in this office that could help the cause. And all of the cultists all nod. And they begin to kind of like go into the warden's office, into her quarters.
How many of the cultists do I see?
We'll say that there is a group of 6 cultists that you can see going into the warden's office.
And from my time adventuring, do they seem to be, magic users, or like more of a martial set, that sort of.
Give me a, I think this would be insight to see if you can kind of judge by their appearance or by their postures what type of fighters these might be. Right, with Gaiman's check, maybe it's the emotion, maybe it's just what's happening right now. It is hard to tell what these cultists of Auril might have at the beck and call.
Okay.
So, heroes, what do you plan to do with this information that has been presented to you?
After seeing the 6 go into the warden's room, Gaiman at all haste is going to try and very quickly move through the rest of the levels if he can. I don't know how many levels I need to be going through, but he's going to try and see how many enemies are along the way, and then kind of work his way back towards the pier where everyone is.
Sure. I'm going to say this process will take you a little while because you're moving at. Shoot. This would be like Gaiman's normal speed is 40. So per round you can move 80.
Yeah.
So you're only moving a quarter of your normal speed. So this is going to take Gaiman quite a bit to kind of search through the prison. Is Alicia kind of doing the same thing with her arcane eye, kind of looking through the prison to see how many potential baddies might be inside?
Yeah. They're definitely making a count of everything that they're observing.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So I'm going to say through Gaiman's and Alicia's combined efforts, you guys will see that there is a total of 20 baddies that you can find in these levels. Between the 6 that Gaiman has found and between who has been left behind at the prison.
Do these seem to be like in small pockets here and there, like groups of 6 essentially?
Correct. We'll say one group of 6 that Gaiman just saw. We'll say 2 groups of 5 and then 1 group of 4 is what you see as you guys are kind of doing your your magical surveillance of the prison.
Do they seem like they are sufficiently spaced apart from each other? If, say, combat was to break out and sounds were to happen, would they be muffled by the crackling fires in the background?
Yeah, you guys think through your experience, you might be able to isolate them one group by one group if you guys needed to.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's my proposed plan. Take them one at a time.
Okay. Can we move up some so that we're closer when Gaiman comes out? Asking Alicia.
Yeah. From what I saw, like going from the pier, was there any groups that were like pretty close to where we were?
Yes, absolutely. So there is actually a group of them within what used to be the former medical bay of the prison, which is pretty close to the pier.
Okay. And yeah, I would tell that to Akia. We have a group that's pretty close to us.
Okay.
Hopefully we're lucky that they're not going to look out the pier and see PBR too close.
Okay. Let's go up their blind side, wait for Gaiman. Try not to pass in front of any windows pointing this direction. And I guess we just wait for Gaiman to come back. It's been like 10 minutes. Do you think he's okay?
Well, I haven't heard any loud Goliath yelling, so I would assume he's doing fine.
Should we send Kumakyu in after him?
Not yet. Let's wait a little bit longer.
Okay.
So I don't know how long it would take for Gaiman to rejoin the party after he is able to do his reconnoiter. He's confident he has discovered all the little groups of people. He would make his way back and then rematerialize.
I'm going to say that this process will take you both to complete a total of half an hour to get all the way through the prison and see all the things you guys need to see, moving at the speed of the arcane eye and moving at the speed of gaseous form.
I don't get any audio, but from what I'm looking around through the eye, would I see like any tracks of anything leading away from the prison?
Yes, you would see that there's like what you can tell is a contingent force moving away from the prison, as if there was the army that they attacked the prison with has moved away.
And they're still visible from this distance. That's a lot.
So I should say you can see the tracks leading away. You can't necessarily see the army that's attacked.
Gotcha.
Sybil has led many astray.
It's, I think, less leading, more control. Because that statue, it was converting people.
We should probably clear out all the cultists. Save who we can. We don't want any going after the army and telling them to turn back around. Or do we? No, right?
No, we don't, especially if that Auril golem is still stomping around out there.
Although our goal is the Auril golem, eventually.
Yeah, but we don't want to bring down the golem on our heads while we're dealing with this situation.
Ah!
Yes, one situation at a time.
Gaiman's back.
And I agree. Yeah. Cultists do need to be permanently dealt with. Not to mention there's a group of about 6 going through the wards chambers looking for information
There's
that
some
might be useful to their cause. So yeah, we definitely need to sort those 6.
There's some in this medical bay right in front of us. We should probably clear it first so we don't get surrounded.
Agreed.
If you I'll make a suggestion. Why don't we surprise? Not like sneak up on it, but like one of us gets done up, like they're bleeding, hurt, whatever. They stagger in, they're asking for help. Those 6 focus on the quote unquote weak one, and the rest of you surprise them.
Well, I think I could do that.
Or I could go in and declare myself their new leader. That might surprise them as well.
Yeah, I think Lotus might be the better one for the job. 2 reasons. One, if you go in there to declare them your new leader, that might either 1, confuse the hell out of them, which we want, or 2, they might get immediately suspicious given your reputation. Lotus has the advantage of being able to change her appearance magically, so she can make herself look fucked up in a week.
Yes, that is
Okay.
true. But really, I don't even have to use any magic to look like that. And you see her take off the Flavia mask. You see her deformed body there. I could just walk up like this.
I mean, whatever you're comfortable with.
Just be careful. We'll be right behind you.
Gotcha.
You might want to give yourself some rhyme.
Some what?
Frost.
All right, and where do you suppose I'd find some of that?
So I've got.
Gavin will gesture to a kid. Yeah.
So I'll go over and.
What's just going to point at the ground?
I'll go over to Lotus and pull out the. What's it called? The Basilisk Teeth multi-tools, and I'll, with her permission, I'll make some small runes on her sash, and a static visual image of Rime will appear on her robe.
All right, yeah, she'll let you do that. As you do, she's being like, "Oh, it's like I'm getting ready for Comic-Con all over again."
You'll look like Princess from Frozen.
Like that.
Wait.
You're gonna make her look like
Anna
Elsa?
or Queen Elsa?
Elsa.
Mm-mm.
You know, when she stomps her feet. That one.
Elsa's a queen, not a princess.
All right.
Yeah.
I think
Point.
as you do that, now after you do that, Lotus was like, "All right, I gotta make this look good," and she'll start walking with like a little bit of a limp in her one leg, with like the one arm sort of like hanging down a little bit. How's this?
That works. Just again, be very careful.
All right. All right. We'll stay within earshot so you can hear me. But how about if I'm in a conversation, I think the situation's going bad. How about there's maybe there's a phrase I can drop that you guys know to just storm in.
Well, we're going to do that anyway. You just distract them for a few seconds while we get in position.
All right, that's fine.
You don't really have to convince them of anything.
All right.
So I guess if you are able to ask them if Sybil is somewhere, then that'd be helpful. But yeah, we're probably going to jump in immediately.
Gotcha. All right. So let me go ahead. You guys follow behind. Just make sure you keep an eye on me, just in case anything jumps out at me.
Or maybe just assume that Sybil is with the golem and maybe they can confirm it. That might be less suspicious than asking.
Exactly. That works. Oh, and Lotus. Have death ward my child.
Thanks. Wouldn't want to have any of you have an awkward conversation with Watto.
Nah, I don't want another awkward conversation with your father again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Alright, so your death ward for the next 8 hours.
Alright. So I'll start moving ahead towards where they point out the infirmary was. Looking all scarred up, with the rime and everything. Walking with a bit of a limp, like my shoulder sort of like hanging down a little bit.
As you're making your way over to the infirmary to try to catch this attention, could I get a performance check to see how well you can sell this act?
All right. This sounds important, so I'm going to use a DM inspiration. All right. With the 13, I'm going to go ahead and burn my Faxpiration on that. Which I believe you said is a D10 now?
It's a D10 at level 10, and we should all be level 10. So, yep, it's a D10.
All right, 19.
Okay, 19. So you are selling this quite well, and I need to move us to a different map. So give me one moment here, y'all. All right, I'm moving you guys to the Rebels End map. If you can imagine, what you guys see is burning, flaming destruction abound. Now, and Lotus makes her way up to the medical bay. Coming to the door, kind of opening the slot while keeping the door closed, you can see the eyes of this person kind of look through as they look at you approach. And you see these eyes look through the gap to you, and they're like, wait. And they call back, it seems that we have some more people we may have missed. Do you need help out there?
She'll just sort of like lean up against the door as if she's trying to like support her weight on it. I'm like, yes, there's more of the heretics out there.
I believe at this time the rest of the party is kind of approaching the sides of the building.
Yeah, I was looking at this
stealthily.
I was looking at this map. There's not a lot of cover to make our progress through.
So Kia's in the water right now?
Yeah, they're just gonna like approach like sort of like this off to the side.
Akia has athletics, so he can swim in this water, which is a good thing, because otherwise this would be a very difficult thing for Akia to do.
I feel like Akia and Game will SEAL Team 6 this. We will do the sea approach.
Those of you who are approaching the door to try to sell this, I will say, because of Lotus's success, you can give me a stealth check, and you will have advantage on your check because of your success, of Lotus's success. And the cult fanatic will look to you. You say, oh, there's some others out there, you say. Are they in need of help?
She'll shake her head, say like, no, they were a few followers of sorry, I'm trying to remember in character.
Sybil? Auril?
No, not Auril. Sorry. They were followers of, and she sort of turns and spits on the ground and says, Lathander. But I took care of them, but they took a lot out of me.
The guy behind the door will look at you and say, I don't recognize you, sister. Are you... Where do I know you from? You seem familiar, but I don't know your name.
She'll look a bit curiously at him and say, are we here to play 20 questions, or are you going to let me in?
What's the roof situation like here?
It's pretty tall, but there's been some parts of it that have been blasted away. Are you trying to climb up onto the roof, or are you going to go through this door?
I was wondering if there's I was thinking of looking up here to see if there was like a way to drop in like through the damage or something, or if there was like a skylight, or maybe one that has been recently made.
And I presume that Gant is not swimming with me.
Oh yeah,
I would think he would stay on PBR.
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out while Lotus is talking to Gaiman. I'm gonna reach out for Gaiman's hand.
I will let him take my hand.
And then I'm going to fly us up on top of the roof here.
How are you going to do that?
Akia's boots are going to power up, and they're going to start this hovering, this womp 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 womp, and anti-gravity boots are going to activate, and he's going to pull Gaiman up to the roof. One of their new infusion is winged boots.
So Akia, you're currently holding double your carry capacity, and Gaiman weighs.
Most of 300 pounds of that is
The treasure,
yeah, a lot of that's treasure.
which would be left back on the ship.
Well, the bag of holding can hold up to 500 pounds.
I have a bag of holding.
I have a bag of holding.
Okay,
So,
I guess I will give the treasure to Akia.
So I'm going to say, in order for you to carry Gaiman up, so Gaiman himself is almost double his carry capacity too.
Okay.
Well, it's because of the treasure. I feel like we would have sorted that out prior to getting involved.
Like, my character sheet in particular, 300 pounds of it is in the bag of holding specifically.
So Gaiman weighs 300 pounds.
Oh,
and
wow.
your carry capacity is 285 pounds.
Okay. Well, I will fly myself up there, and he can climb.
Also, I think we have the containers mod, so you can put stuff into the bag of holding. I'm not sure if that's been set up.
Let's see here. Do you have the?
No, my backpack looks like it has stuff I can put in it, which I've done.
Yeah, for like if I take this. Oh yeah, it's definitely set up. It is what it looks like. Like if I do the bag of holding, and then I take the Frost Giant's treasure, and then I can just put it right into your bag of holding.
Just have to remember you have it in there.
Or if I take your rope, and put your rope in there.
Okay, I see. Sort of.
You can drag and drop. Okay, so Akia is going to try to fly up onto the roof.
I mean, if you fly up there, like secure rope, Gaming can like shimmy up real quick.
I don't know if I have time to do that. But
Or
yeah,
you can just go.
I think I'll just go. Gaiman's too heavy. Sorry. I don't want to. If I secure a rope, that's going to give away where I am. So I think I'll have to go without you. All right. They probably got in some more conversation while I was flying up.
And Akia can adjust his height on his token to represent how high up he is. I don't know if that will change your perspective.
And I need to check this. I need to tell you how high this roof is. Let's see here. I have to remember, we're level 10, so you guys can fly up on top of shit. Okay, so Akia, you're a total of like 40 feet up if you go up to that rooftop right there. Okay, So Lotus, when Lotus gets back, I'm gonna have to make a persuasion check, and if they succeed, this guy's gonna open the door. If not, he's gonna do some fucked up shit.
Right.
Let's see here.
16.
Okay, a 16. The guard says, you're right. There's no time for questions in moments like these. We've got work to do. And he will unlock the door. And open the door to allow you inside.
I guess to really sell it, as soon as she gets in, she'll just sort of like lean with her back against the door. Thank you, brother. You she'll sort of be looking around, almost seeing if Gaiman's around. She'll be like, mind if I bum a smoke?
The cult fanatic will look to you and hand you from his waistcoat a rolled cigarette.
Thanks. She'll sort of like lean over and grab it with her good arm, and then take it and she'll put it in her mouth and then use the prestidigitation to light it.
Here, we'll bring you in, and we'll start getting you patched up in the infirmary.
From where Gaiman is kind of hugging the wall, can he see any windows or battlements that he might be able to reach using the Grail Whip?
There would be some like stone crenellations hanging off this thing at certain points. So I think there would be points of egress that you could use the whip to climb up. There doesn't appear to be any windows, though.
Okay. In that case, if there is a battlement that crenellations that Gaiman could try, he will use the Grail Whip to get to an elevated position.
And we'll say that it's roughly 15 feet off the ground that you can use the whip to spider boy yourself up.
Okay. I need to give you at least a DC 15 acrobatics check according to the whip. Hey, there we go.
Right?
Now-
Gavin's now super high off the ground. The cult fanatic will lead Lotus in into the room. What the hell? And you see that there is a group of 5 cultists in here, and the cult fanatic will go to close the door as you walk inside Lotus.
You'll move to sit on the end of this cot here and take a long drag from the cigarette. Telling you, those Lathander heretics, tough bastards.
Indeed. The cult fanatic will say. The consoling thug will walk over and says, "Show me, sister, where you've been hurt, and I will start to tend to your wounds."
She'll nod and then she'll just sort of like hold out her arms and just sort of like show like scars all over.
There are many healing ointments within these walls that we've used to patch up some of the other members of the Church of the Children. And I will use those on you. And she will get out some gauze, some healing ointments, and begin to apply those to Lotus's wounds. So, for the group that is outside, when do you plan to cowabunga?
Well, everyone else seemed to have just decided to scale the wall, and now the door's
Well-
closed.
Well, from where we are on the battlements, are we able to like get down to the door, or is it all, or is it not accessible in that fashion?
So you guys would be able to, because it's not, it is closed at the top, so you would have to find holes to basically climb into, see if they've blown any holes in the roof.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess we'll check the roof for holes.
So as you all make your way up, Gaiman and Akia, you see that you can find a hole on top of the roof that leads down. And as you look down, you see that the hole kind of fades down into darkness, leading to the prison floor below.
Well, I guess we'll wave to Alicia. Come on, Alicia. Over here.
Just looks at you.
You just stand
Yeah,
there.
Gaiman will motion emphatically, and he will load rope.
Say you lower rope.
Yes, Gaiman will lower a rope for you, and he will. He'll. I mean, once you get there, he'll. If you could hang on, he'll hoist you up.
All right. I mean, I'll move closer to the door, but see what happens.
All right. If nothing happens, Gaiman will lower a rope to then haul Alicia up.
All right. Go ahead and give me an athletics check as you're hauling Alicia up, kind of helping her up the rope. All right, that's a success. So this maneuver is pulled off without a hitch as you help Alicia up to the height that you both are at on the roof.
We found a hole. If we go in from this direction, that should give Lotus enough time to ask about Sybil. Let's go.
Well, hold on. If you'll fly down, check the distance. That way we can take the appropriate actions. Either I let Alicia down and then I jump, or we do something else.
I guess I should ask, how loud are my winged boots?
Well, there's no description of how loud they are in the magical items description. There's basically just how long you can use them for, what the speed of them is.
Right.
It doesn't say that they make a hum or a flapping or anything like that. Like they would. So I guess that's up to you. How loud are they?
I think it'd be just a gentle hum would be nice.
How about this? Let's roll for it. Roll me a d20, and we'll do this luck-based. The lower the roll, the higher the volume they produce. The higher the roll, the softer they are.
Okay. Can I use a DM inspiration to make my boots quiet?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna take a DM inspiration. Roll that.
Right, a 13, so they're not loud, but they're not quiet. They're just an average sounding pair of boots.
Okay.
If you were trying to move someplace quietly, you would just have to make I would say, a normal or average difficulty stealth check to hopefully not be detected by anyone listening intently at their posts.
Okay. Took a little bit for Alicia to come over and come up, so I think that's probably enough time. So I will. I don't know if Lotus wants to say anything else while she's in there, but then I'm gonna start stealthily trying to go down the hole.
I guess Lotus would let them, start treating her, and as she's like, here, it's like, spend a lot of time fighting off those Auril fuckers. How is Lady Sybil faring?
The lady has ascended in power. Those who oppose her in Bryn Shander are slowly falling. Her rivals have left their posts for long. The Thanes of Ten Towns. When they get home, all they'll find is cold.
Well, certainly won't be a warm welcome for them.
They all look around, they all like point to each other and say, hey, hey, as you've made an excellent pun. The cultists will look to you and they say, yes. But amongst the heroes, the Thanes, still exists the Midwinter Child. Lady Sybil is still very interested in Akia.
This Akia, is that the construct I've heard rumors about?
Very one. I've heard that Lady Sybil is very interested in him. Maybe instrumental to something. What that is, I don't know. I don't have that type of clearance.
He nods and takes another drag. He's like, hey, anybody got an ashtray?
I've got this. And the consoling thug will hand you a small litter basket to put your ashes in.
All right, yeah. She'll dump off some of the ash and say, well, any idea where they've gone off to? It's just so weird, you know. They're always like so loud, especially that big Goliath guy. You know, he's always yelling and smashing stuff. It's like, it's like you always find them. You just find the trail of dead bodies.
We had heard from our sources that they were coming this way. We had hoped to find them at the prison when the army laid its ambush, but to no avail. But we got many a great consolation prize, like the warden. And some of the more dangerous prisoners.
And council, have you managed to track them down?
Yes, they were some of the first people that we wrapped up. Their high positions and their high degree of powers will lead to a grand sacrifice to our Lady Auril. May her flight across the night sky forever go unimpeded, on the wings of her great steed.
Yeah. She doesn't say anything to that. She just sort of like tries to hide any reaction just by taking a long puff from the cigarette.
As this conversation is going on, you guys can tell me when you decide to just drop through the roof into this room with your friend Lotus.
Yeah, they probably hear the hum of my boots as I drop through, and I don't know what the scene looks like, so I don't know what'll happen. But they probably start hearing the boots about now.
So the revolting veteran says, "What's that humming noise?" As they look up, and
Are we in the room with them?
I'll say that you
Well,
guys
you would be.
you're about to drop in. We'll say that you're all, way high above it. Maybe standing at the lip of the roof.
Okay, yeah, we're dropping in.
You guys can tell me in your best action hero action movie, how does the scene play out as you guys just jump down from your battlements?
How high is this?
Would was that is a good question. We'll start with that. Like, how high are we in the room? Like, how high is the ceiling?
So
Is
you
it
guys
40
are
feet?
yeah. So this is a really tall room that they have here. So you're coming down from the roof right into this infirmary that seems to have these tall vaulted ceilings.
Would Gaiman have time while we're on the roof, while we're considering the next steps, to anchor a rope?
Damon would have time to anchor a rope.
Okay, so Akia's got his boots. Gaiman's going to anchor a rope. If we're doing this, cinema style Hollywood, I kind of feel like if as they're looking up, we kind of look at each other and we're like, "Oh shit, we got to go." I feel like Akia would start floating down in his boots. Gaiman would grab Alicia around the waist with one hand, and the other grabs the rope, and they just kind of quick rappel down the rope, landing in the middle of all this mess.
Akia would like to jump in head first and then do a somersault in midair at about 25 feet up to stop their momentum.
Oh, that's dope. Give us an acrobatics check on the way down just to see what side Akia ends up in the somersaults. I feel like Akia has not had a lot of training with his boots yet.
No, but they're having fun with it, so this could go terribly.
Yeah, he pulls it
Oh,
off.
it
He
is
pulls
it
off.
is dope.
If you guys are anime enjoyers, this is very reminiscent of. You know what? I shouldn't say anything because that show just came out. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Okay, so you guys are in the room, floating down, making your way down. So I need to grab everyone.
Do you need me to roll an athletics check or anything for grabbing Alicia and sliding down the rope?
I guess one question: does Alicia consent to that action?
I think it's just so sudden they're not even not even realizing it. They're probably yelling all the way down, "Oh heavens on high!"
Absolutely. So Gaiman, just give me an athletics check real quick just to see how this action goes. That's 20. Absolutely. Gaiman and Alicia slide down perfectly. I need to head over to. All right, perfect. We got our music rolling. We got our combat tracker getting going here. I just need the other players to roll in, and we will see what happens. Okay, so it appears that with his swashbuckling maneuver, Gaiman the Glaive has won the initiative as the cultists of Auril look surprised, or I should say they look surprised, but they aren't surprised because they heard the beating of the winged boots as you guys came down from the roof.
All right. Gaiman would remove his hand from around Alicia's waist, giving both hands free to grip Lucille. He will bonus action whisper to his battle axe, "Breathe, giant." And this will be an attack of opportunity, but he's going to run up to the guy right by the door, the poor cult fanatic. None of these fanatics are going to leave this room alive. He's not letting him get away. 15's going to miss.
He tries to reach out with his dagger and misses Gaiman as he runs out of his reach.
Fuck it, let's do this. Reckless.
Goddamn. That is a 30 to hit, and a 30 will hit for a huge amount of damage. That is 20 damage on the poor cult fanatic. He screams in pain.
All right, we're going to do it again.
A 14 will hit this guy. He does not appear to be heavily armored, wearing only furs as the blade digs deep into his throat.
All right, I would pass to Alicia, but I'm assuming poor cult fanatic's going to steal unless he died.
He is still up. Poor cult fanatic will steal. He says, "Ugh." He looks to you, Lotus. He says, "Sister, we're under attack. Get cover." He will call upon the magics of Auril and says, "Auril, protect me." He will cast Shield of Faith upon himself. As his body is covered with a crenellation of ice. Looking at Gaiman, he crouches down and using BG3 casting rules, his hand begins to be covered in a necrotic green energy as he goes to inflict wounds upon Gaiman. That is a 26 to hit Gaiman for 18 points of necrotic damage.
I'll hit.
I'd like to use my reaction for Warded Flare.
Sure. I will roll a separate d20 here. So his actual roll was a 4. So he misses our friend Gaiman in this new timeline.
And instead, gaming, you get 13 temp HP,
Okay.
which should overwrite your 10 from this morning, I think.
It does.
All right, that is a miss from the poor cult fanatic. He will simply move into a more flanking position on Gaiman as he moves forward, and he hisses up at Akia because the Akia is up in the air. They're going to go ahead and pass to the revolting veteran. And they say, magic users. My favorite to kill." And the veteran will draw a sword from their scabbard. Staying close by to Gaiman, they take a step forward towards Alicia. They will take 2 attacks with their longsword. Alright, 2 attacks towards Alicia. Attack the first. Oh. That is a 12 to hit, which will miss Alicia. And second attack. 16, not a bad roll, but also misses. She growls as her blade does not find purchase on Alicia. They will pass it to the consoling thug. She throws her gauze over you, Lotus, as she says, "Protect yourself, sister. Here, use these gauze." And she'll hop to this space here. Lotus, do you make an attack of opportunity as she hops away?
Nope. Gotta maintain my cover.
All right. The consoling thug draws from her waist coat a pair of bolas and begins to whip them over her head. She's targeting the in-air Akia with her bolas. Akia, can you make me a dexterity saving throw as she whips the bolas at your legs?
An
11 is a fail. So your legs are tied up and you are restrained with these wrapped around your legs. While restrained, your creature speed becomes 0. You can't bonus to any benefit from speed. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and attack rolls against you will have advantage. And you have disadvantage on dex saves.
Okay.
Now, the question here is, based on that language, do you fall down to the ground with your boots now being bowled?
Huh. I don't know. I guess I need to make a dexterity saving or an acrobatics to see if I can switch from skis to snowboard.
Oh, yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah.
It just gives you a fly speed. I don't think it gives you a hover speed.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. So
I have to deal with that too in my Odyssey campaign.
So as these wrap around your legs, I'm going to say here that your speed now becomes 0, including your fly speed from your boots. Can you give me an acrobatics check to see if you can force your landing onto one of these soft beds below?
No.
Okay, so Akia, you were 25 feet up. So you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall. You take 12 points from the bolas smashing into your legs themselves. So you land on the ground prone and restrained by the bolas.
Okay.
The thug makes the success kid meme as you hit the deck. And they will move towards Akia. Akia, you were damaged. Would you like to steal?
I would like to steal. So my speed is 0, right?
Yes, because you're restrained.
Okie doke. I would like to. That's not cool.
This was a bad wombo combo.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna say, that's okay. I forgive you. And I'm just gonna wiggle around on the floor and face them. And I'm still covered in the frost. I look like a beached stingray right now, sort of flopping around. The Herald of Auril forgives you, and you know what? Here, you can stay safe in here. Auril's blessing, and I'll use my item interaction to pull out the Staff of Frost, and my action to cast Wall of Ice. And it's going to be a dome. I believe that is in there somewhere. Hemispherical dome with a radius up to 10 feet. It gave me a line. Let me get rid of that. And dome, 10 feet. All right, and then I will move that. All right, I think that works. Stay safe.
All right, so they're just locked down inside the dome.
That is my intent.
All right, so these two combatants, they're inside the dome.
Now I believe. Oh no, it's 1 foot thick, so that's good. I thought maybe I had to force me or that person to make a dexterity saving throw, but since it's only 1 foot thick, I think I should be able to put it between us.
Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, they'll have to do some shit to get out of this dome if they want to get out.
Auril's ice protects you. Just stay in there. You'll be safe. And bonus action, Kumaku will fire at this person here. That was at the person, the poor cult fanatic.
That is a hit.
For the restrain, is that a save each turn to try and
Right.
get out of it? Okay.
Yep, dex save at the end of your turn to try to see if you can wiggle out. What? 2 natural 20s. So yeah, you're able to wiggle out of the restraints at the end of your turn. So no longer restrained.
All right, and as I lay here, I pass to Lotus.
Okay, Lotus is up.
Alright, so question. Do I have to spend any of my Action Academy to put the Flavy Mask back on?
I'd say we take an item interaction to put it back on.
Alright, so yeah. Go ahead and... I will go ahead and do that then. So it's like, yeah, she puts the Flavy Mask back on, and... Let's see here. Not liking that I'm within striking distance of a bunch of dudes here. I'll go ahead and, let's see here, spend my bonus action to sort of get out of the melee here. I'll go ahead and spend my bonus action, a 2nd level spell slot for Misty Step.
One of them says, "Yes, that's really smart. Get yourself in a good spot, sister."
So 30 feet. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pop myself over here. Now that would be a little too far, so it would be here. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Who? Then yeah, I'll just sort of act like I'm moving over in the corner here. Who? So yeah, item interact, bonus action, movement. Yeah, that's all for me. So then I will go ahead and then pass to Alicia.
All right. Is there enough space to move above this person to the other side?
Yes, kind of jumping from bed spring to bed spring. You could definitely move around them.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Just so I'm not being squished between 2 different people. Still facing off, I guess, against this veteran. I'm gonna action cast Toll the Dead. We're gonna go after the fanatic that's injured. So I need a wisdom save from him.
Ooh, that's a bad one. That is only a 3. And he is injured.
That is a fail, so he takes 17 necrotic damage.
And
oh
it
wait,
does
hold on a
look like
second. That would have been if he was uninjured. Whoops. Should be. And then plus 4. That's not as impressive. It's only 10 damage.
And the creature is bloodied after that.
Alright. And then bonus action. I am upset because they made Spiritual Weapon a concentration spell. How do you feel about that, Orf?
Oh my gosh. They've literally nerfed the most powerful spell in the game. I didn't realize that they had done
One
that.
of the few things that the clerics can do with a bonus action.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was a thing until you just told me. So I'm still playing off of the 2014 rules. I have not adjusted.
Alright, then I will use my bonus action for where's this feature? Weapon of Faith. And we're going to summon a spiritual weapon. And this is going to be targeting the veteran in front of me, but I'm assuming a 14 is gonna miss.
A 14 will hit.
Oh shit.
Their armor is not thick enough to prevent this from making contact.
Alright, then yeah. Spiritual weapon is there. Take 13 points of force damage, and that is going to be it for me.
So their reaction will go off after getting smacked by Alicia's spiritual weapon, which is their vicious reprisal. One moment here. Alright, here goes. Vicious reprisal. Oh, that is a 25 to hit Alicia for 18 points of damage. So as you strike them, they scream out in anger, call to the powers of Auril to try to strike back at you.
Alright, well, I guess I'm still holding on to Arcane Eye. But yeah, that's it. It looks like it's only bad guys. So I'll pass it to Berserker. It looks like they're in the dome.
They're in the dome, so they walk over to the side of the dome and they're like, let me out of the dome.
Stay in there. It's for your own protection.
Someone put baby in the corner.
All right, well, the first thing they do is they're going to enter Auril's Rage. So they're going to enter Auril's Rage. Damon, you hear a very similar sounding scream of just rage and fury coming from within there as a bonus action. Then they're going to start wailing at this wall. They miss the wall. You just hear a dull thud as they hit the wall. That's their turn. They will pass to absent-minded cult fanatic. And Akia, you have to concentrate on this wall, correct?
Correct.
All right, this guy will move over, and he sees Akia holding this giant magical staff, and he thinks this is not a good thing for us. They have many spellcasters. But I am also a spellcaster. And he will cast a spell upon Akia. He casts Hold Person. He does not hold you, Akia. You were able to shake it off, just like the bard known as Taylor Swift. So he will try to hold person, fail, and then with his bonus action, he will also give himself Shield of Faith, using those Baldur's Gate 3 casting rules. All right. Well, he didn't hurt anybody. So going into round 2, he's going to pass to Thug inside the ice sphere. The Thug is going to make 2 attacks. So that's a hit for 6. And it's 30 HP. And then a 22 for 10. So they've dealt 16 points of damage to this side of the wall over here.
Okay. I'll keep track.
So you guys can see some cracking happening over here. And they will go ahead and pass to the Revolting Veteran. We're still kind of going 1-on-1 with Alicia. Gaiman is standing nearby as well. They're actually going to go for an attack on Gaiman, because I believe Gaiman was reckless last round.
He was.
All right, that is a 26 to hit Gaiman. And once per turn, the veteran can use their martial advantage. So they're going to go ahead and use that on Gaiman for 9 extra damage. And then they can attack a second time against Gaiman, as they boom and boom, weaving their sword with a surprising amount of accuracy and presence to try to do damage to Gaiman.
All right, I'm going to use my reaction to for some endurance on that last attack.
Sure.
All right, so I reduce it by 8.
Very cool. So we just see this big fight happening between Gaiman and the veteran, and Gaiman can steal.
All right, bonus action. Game is going to go into a rage. So he'll turn to Port Cult Fanatic and say, "Two can play that game. I'm gonna cut your ass down to size," and he's gonna rage. And then he will. Yeah, we'll just go for it. We'll be reckless again. Fuck yeah!
All right, poor Colt Fanatic. That is over the amount of hit points he had left. So he is one-shotted by your attack.
All right. After cutting him down to size, just sort of like cleaving through him shoulder to waist, and he kind of sloughs off the axe. He's going to turn around and he's going to attack Revolting. $28 for 22.
That does a huge amount of damage to Revolting. Revolting did get their reaction back, so they will use their vicious reprisal against Gaiman. Really? And
21 hits.
for only a small amount of damage to Gaiman.
What sort of damage is this?
This would be they are using their long sword, so this would be slashing damage.
Okay. I didn't know if it was magical or mundane.
Mundane longsword for these bad boys. All
All right, that's I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna stay put. I would pass to Alicia, but I'm assuming Revolting's gonna steal.
Revolting is already gone this round, so
Oh, Alicia.
All right, I'll take it. Yeah, we're up in the mix now. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on the veteran in front of me. I'm gonna need a dexterity save from him.
that's a failure.
That's a fail. That's 14 points of radiant damage.
They scream out in pain as their flesh begins to slough from their bones.
All right, and then here comes bonk, spiritual weapon. Damn. That's 19 points of damage if a 22 hits them.
It does, and they are defeated by that attack.
Yeah, the starburst mace just comes baseball swinging and cracks him right in the chest and sends him into the wall.
There's a earthy splat as the creature is smashed into the wall and explodes into viscera.
Oh Jesus, that wasn't go that far. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna hold my. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take a step back as I put myself in front of the door. But I'm gonna leave my spiritual weapon there, and I will pass it to Akia.
Do I get it?
You get it?
Nobody still. Okay. Akia stands up. Oh no! Everybody's dying. Oh well. I'm gonna fire at Cult Fanatic at Absent Mind.
Wow. That's an natural 20.
I think my dice might be loaded.
That certainly hits.
That's crazy. All right. And then I will fly up 5 feet over. Let's see. Would I be, if I was here, would I be, what's the word? When you're squeezing.
I'm going to say that that space would not constitute as squeezing.
Okay. I would like to try and grapple dude with my other attack. But I rolled a 4.
He throws your hand off of him as you go to restrain him.
All right. And then I guess Kumaki will fire at him.
That's a hit.
And then I will... I I guess he steals.
He will. He screams out in anguish as he sees his fellows have been defeated. And he will attack Akia. Akia, his first move, he will attempt to inflict wounds upon you. But he misses.
Just start flailing my legs like a toddler. All right.
As he's unable to hit you with anything crazy there. That was his action. And no good bonus action for him to use right now, so he'll pass to the Berserker. They're going to move over by the Thug, and they're going to swing at the wall, and I believe that would knock a hole in the ice sphere.
Yes.
But it looked like that even if they knock a hole in it, they still have to make a save when they go through it because it like creates a cold zone.
Yep. It's like a
Yes,
pool of
Constitution.
mist.
I don't know what the DC is.
It should be your spell save DC or whatever's on the. That was from the staff, right?
Oh, uses your spell save DC. Yep, you're right. Where is my spell save DC?
It's on your character
16.
sheet.
16.
That wasn't very helpful. It's on your character sheet. It's in your spellbook tab. So they succeed on the save, so they'll probably take half damage from
Yes.
the wall of ice.
It's 5d6 or half on a successful save.
Go ahead and give us some freshy wall of ice damage. Let's see what they take. Alright, so they take 9 cold damage as they walk out. And that is it for the Berserker. So, last person in the round to go is Lotus.
All right. I think I'm in a good place here. So I'll go ahead and target the stereophonic Berserker. Let's see here. Yeah, I still got a good angle on him from here. So yeah, I'll go ahead and hang here. And as she does, it's like she'll hold the side of the Flavia mask and looking much like Cyclops from the X-Men, she'll go ahead and target Stereophonic Berserker, and I'll fire off both of my Eldritch Optic Blasts at him. Alright. So 18 for 9 for the first one.
Alright, absolutely. It takes the damage.
Alright, and let me find that thing. Does activate my Repelling Blast. So push him. I don't know. I guess yeah. Up against the wall here would technically count as away from me, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. So yeah, you push them, whoop, and they end up right here.
All right, and then so it's like she fires off one, and then as he hits the wall, I'll fire off the second one at him. 19 for 7.
Absolutely, the Berserker takes 7 points of damage.
Alright. Alright. So then I will go ahead and use movement, just back myself to the corner here. And yep, I guess going into the new round, since I took damage, I'll give him the opportunity to steal.
Absolutely, the Berserker will take it. The Berserker looks at Akia. Who's the closest person to them? And they see that you're right next to this cult fanatic. So they will use their feature to go Devil May Care, which is a reckless attack. They throw all of their defenses to the wind to deal a huge blow.
Okay.
So they will target Akia. And only land a 15 to hit, which will miss Akia. So that'll be it for the Berserker. Alright, the Thug is going to cross through the cold mist, taking 5d6 damage. They take 16 points of cold. They see that Lotus is here in the corner. And they will run to you and they say, "I thought we were sisters, but you're a traitor."
That's where you're wrong. I never believed in that bitch Auril.
She screams, "Arr!" And will make 2 attacks against our friend Lotus.
Alright, yep, that'll hit.
So she bonks Lotus with her mace 1 time, and then will miss with the second attack. And Lotus now has the opportunity to steal it.
Alright, yes, I will go ahead and steal. Let's see here. Seeing this here, I'll just give a little cute little wave, and then bonus action. Actually, no, I'm not going to. I don't need to burn another spell slot. I will just go ahead and just. Oh no, I'm gonna have to because the wall's still there. The wall of ice is still there, so I can't really move that way. All right. So yeah, I will go ahead and Misty Step out of this situation here. It's like I'll just poof in the much like Nightcrawler that appear over here. Alright, then let's see here. I'll go ahead and target the absent-minded and go ahead and fire off 2 of my Eldritch Optic Blasts at him. Natural 1.
That will miss.
And then, 24 for 15.
All right, you guys see a great shot from your friend Lotus as she nails this cultist right in the back.
All right, so since I hit him, let's see here. Does it count as a way if it would move him over here? Oh, I don't know why I did that.
Let's see here. What does the writing on that say?
I'll bring it back up again real quick.
Up to 10 feet away from you in a straight line. I would say that
yeah, okay. So never. So I don't know.
he would just get shoved like into Akia or to the other cultist.
All right. So yeah, it's pretty much standard.
Akia is 5 feet up, so they can go under them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll work. So yeah, just like another one up against the wall there. Alright, so I'll go ahead and take some movement. I'll go ahead and bop over in the other corner here. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess it's like here. If they're not stealing, then I will go ahead and pass the Gaiman.
They will go ahead and take it. Absent-minded. They will look up and target Akia, because they're right here next to him. And they will once again reach up and try to grab Akia's foot.
23 hits.
And Akia, you feel that someone has reached up and grabbed your toe. Oh, and I think Alicia's going to use the reaction.
Yep.
Just kidding. They don't grab her toe.
Oh, okay. Do I gain 14 temp HP?
You do. Because it says whenever you can give the target of a triggering attack temporary HP equal to 2d6 plus your wisdom modifier. And I think we had talked about it that would go off before the damage gets applied.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's triggering attack, not damage.
Cool.
Yeah, so they
Thank
try
you.
to reach up and grab your toe. They miss. You're able to kick their hand out of the way as they explode their inflict wounds through the wall of the prison.
Very cool.
Okay, and that is really all they can do right now. So they will pass it over to Alicia.
Okay, and then as retaliation, Alicia's going to go at them with. We're going to target them with a holy word. God damn. 21 to hit for 18 radiant.
That hits.
And then bonus action, spiritual weapon, whacking that guy. For another 18. 21 to hit for 18 damage.
That also hits. And he is not looking great as he is basically swaying from side to side like a Mortal Kombat character ready to be fatality.
That will be it. I'll pass it to Mr. Fatality Gaiman.
My friends call me Mr. Fatality. Amazing. So who the guy that that's been beaten up on, is he under Akia?
Yeah, he's under me.
Okay. All right. I'm not able to target that particular character because Akia's right on top of him, and I'm not able to like cycle them up. So I will focus on them, and we'll just do regular attacks. 24.
That hits, and dealing 24 points of damage to... Oh. The Cold Fanatic underneath drops him to 0 as he falls to the ground dead.
All right, Gaiman's gonna step closer, and we're gonna go for the Berserker. $23 for 28.
That is a lot of damage as the Berserker kind of looks at you, trying to shrug off him as much of it as they can, but it looks like that really did get under their skin.
I will pass to Akia.
All right.
Hey, yeah, you're up.
All right. Akia is going to attempt to grapple Stereophonic. Well, item interaction to put the staff away and attempt to grapple.
You were successful.
All right, and then I'm going to land and start dragging them into the ice shell. This way, to safety.
Alright, they'll have to make a save as they pass through the cold zone. Alright, and they'll take 13 points of cold damage.
Alright, I guess I have another attack. I don't think I want to use it though. I think I'm just going to let go of them and say, it'll be okay. You'll be safe in here. And just let go of them and end my turn. I'll pass to, I guess they can steal.
They will. Alright, Berserker, you let go of them. They look at you, kind of with disgust. And they will target you as they, once again, do a Devil May Care attack, throwing off their defenses as they swing their great axe at Akia's head. And they...
Ouch.
I can do nothing about this because I can't see to a dome.
Oh, that's okay.
And you guys just hear like the home run bat sound as they blink into Akia's helm with their great axe.
Ouch.
And they snicker. I guess Akia could just steal it right back if they would like.
Akia will steal it back, and they will attempt to shove them back through the wall. So here's athletics check. And I'll attempt again. Oh, nat 1. Okay, so it was time for the nat 20s to end. Stop being so ungrateful. I was trying to save you.
They're like, you're nothing but a heretic.
Oh yeah, then why are you taking cold damage and I'm not?
They say, there's something fishy here. Some sort of dark magic.
How very dare you? I'll pass to, since I didn't do any damage, I'll pass to Gaiman.
All right. So the Berserker, is he in the dome? Just on the other side of the dome?
Yeah, just
Peeking
inside
out?
the dome.
Just inside.
All right. Gaiman's gonna tuck into that corner, and he's gonna try and strike him from behind. Would you say I have flank?
I would say this would be a very hard maneuver to actually flank this guy from, because he's like inside the dome and you're shoved in the corner. A 14
Fair.
will hit because he's not wearing any armor.
Is he still going?
And the Berserker is still just barely moving.
All right. I'll have him again.
And
for
that
20.
strike. That Berserker is defeated, leaving only but one member of the Auril cultist crew in this room left.
I will pass to the cultist.
A comforting thug will start to move up as they basically scream.
for Auril.
And they will make 2 mace attacks. That's 11 to try to hit
Nope.
Gavin, which will miss. And then a 22 against Gavin.
Yeah, we'll definitely hit.
Okay, and that is the only strike against Gavin. That is all of their action economy. They will pass to Alicia.
All right. Alicia will move to here so they can actually see this guy. Will action. Yeah, we'll do Holy Word again. 23 to hit for 11 radiant damage. And then bonus action, move spiritual weapon 20 feet and football 21 for 12 force damage.
21 for 12 is a huge amount of damage to these creatures, or to this creature. She screams out in pain as the holy weapon digs deep into her back.
All right, and then I'll use the rest of my movement to kind of turn back to where I was. And that will be it. I will pass it to Lotus.
All right, I'll go ahead and up here. Oop. Go ahead and target the remaining thug. Go ahead and let loose a couple more Eldritch Optic Blasts. Alright, 13 for 7.
A 13 will hit the thug.
Then one more. And natural 1.
Natural 1 will miss. The thug is now bloodied.
Alright. Move back down this way. And then go into the next round. That will give him the opportunity to steal.
Oh my gosh, this thug is still around as she is just getting pulverized. And she looks to you, Gabe, and says, I didn't hear no quitting bell.
I would like you to hear the funeral bell.
And that is an 18 to hit Gaiman,
That hits.
and then a 25 to hit Gaiman.
Also hit.
As she boom, boom, into Gaiman's kneecap. Which would give Gaiman the opportunity to steal here again, seeing if they can finish off this thug.
All right. We will attack recklessly.
Twenty-one for
21
26.
for 26.
They are barely standing up at this point.
All right. One more attack.
And how does Gaiman finish the fight with this thug?
So he brings in the axe, swinging left to right. The thug brings their mace up to kind of catch the blow a bit, so he connects, but not with as much power as originally intended. So then he twists and then swings from the other side, and he's able to just chunk the upper part of the torso into the wall, and as he kind of works the axe out of the wall, the body falls apart, giving to the ground.
Absolutely, and the thug is defeated.
Fatality. Gaiman
Fatality.
wins.
Mr. Fatality himself, Mr. Worldwide. And the combat ends. The children of Auril lay defeated at your feet.
Can I listen at the door or even crack the door open to see if I hear any other sounds from the other side?
Absolutely. You can give us a perception check to see if you can hear or notice anyone else coming.
Not particularly great. 17.
I would say with a 17, you don't hear any immediate footfalls or any breathing or anything along that line that would alert another group coming to support the one you just defeated.
I would say though, Gaiman, as you walk past Lotus, you do notice the last little bit of a lit cigarette hanging out the side of her mouth.
Gaiman is very focused. He's rushing to the wall, standing next to Alicia. Primed, holding Lucille, ready to swoop on anyone that might come bursting through the door. And then Gaiman notices the cigarette and cocks his head. He's like, "What the fuck?" And he just glares at you.
Oh.
What is it? All of a sudden, Lotus realizes, and she's just like, "Oh fuck!" And then she just quickly lets it fall and then just stomps it out with her foot.
We have freed these prisoners from the false prophet.
We freed them from existence, more like it.
Also that. Both things are true.
We shouldn't
Right.
stay here too long. There's still more out there.
All right.
Indeed.
While
If you want to open the door, and you see Lotus put her side on the head of the Flavia mask, ready to start blasting.
one quick moment, and Alicia would like to quickly go through the room for any remaining medical supplies in case we come across more injured people.
Absolutely. You can make up what would be roughly 4 healer's kits, kind of pulling out all of the bandages, the gauze, the healing ointments, those type of things here within this room.
Would it be like 4 charges of a healer's kit, or like four full healer's kits?
4 full healer's kits.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because this was a fully stocked prison infirmary. They expect people to get messed up when they make their ways here.
Okay, I'll just increase my thing to 40 charges.
Maybe you should
So-
leave some of that here in case, like another emergency happens and people are like, oh, let's go get treated in the infirmary, and then there's no supplies.
But we have to make sure there are still people around. From what I saw, a lot of prisoners were being killed in that central yard. And I don't even
Okay.
know about the guard situation. But I'll leave at least 1 kit here. And if we come across more survivors, we can treat them along the way. And then tell them to come to this medical area since it's been cleared out for the most part. Alright, I'm good.
So there's the group up in the warden's office, and this group here, and there should be another one roaming around somewhere.
I counted 4 groups, so this was 1. And you said there's 1 in the office, so there's 2 more out there.
Jesus, all right. Hear me out. what if Lotus can make herself look like one of these heretics, like with her magic, or you, Alicia, you could dress up in their clothes or like throw some of their shit over top. That way, you look the part of being, uh, a follower of Auril, and then you're leading us like lambs to the slaughter, prisoners. We pretend to be, arrested. That way, we can get in close. Next group we find.
I'd rather
Yeah.
fight from a distance.
I think both.
I mean, you don't have to.
scenarios-
It's just a thought.
I think both could work. I would say we probably should.
Loot the bodies?
I mean, I guess I was gonna say probably head to the
Good
warden's
idea.
office to keep that group from making off with any information that they came to steal. So maybe we should head there next.
Yes, we should hurry, as Akia checks pockets for valuables.
Give me 1 second, Kia, and I will let you know what you find in these Bureau's pockets.
Gaiman, do you need more swords?
I mean, I'll take axes if they've got them.
Do you want me to attach
Anything
them?
magical.
Do you want me to attach all their swords and axes together in a spherical sort of shuriken situation? And
No, I need them like individual.
that
Yeah,
seems
as you
inefficient.
check their equipment, you see that they're rocking mostly mundane equipment, but they have what appears to be some gold amount in their pockets that you could take. So, let me add that to your treasure hoard real quick here. So, off of the first, you find 14 gold pieces in total coinage. Off the second, you find 86. And I'm writing this down here for you guys as well. Find 130. Off 4, 42. And I am recording this down in the Discord. There we go. So, you find those amounts of gold pieces on the individual cultists.
I'm gonna turn you into a work of art. Probably a weapon.
Right, so should we get going? Lotus says that she's very purposely avoiding making eye contact with Gaiman.
My
Right.
best friend was a coin once. Let's go.
Well,
Yeah.
hold on. Are we just gonna go for broke, or are we gonna try and be sneaky?
Alicia will take, I guess, some of the bloody clothes and try and piecemeal something together.
Like a disguise?
And at least it'll give them pause before they decide to maybe immediately attack. Who knows? But yeah, if one of them's has like a shawl, not a shawl, like a cloak or something that they're wearing, like grab that.
Do you also want to be Frosty?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay. You should lead the way. I'll follow immediately behind.
And
Let's head to the
before you
warden's
all-
office.
Warden's office. All right.
And also, has it been an hour since I cast Arcane Eye?
I will say in total, yeah, we'll say it's been approximately 45 minutes. So on our clock right now, which I didn't hit start at the start of the game, it is nearly 1 o'clock.
Okay, so I still have 15 minutes left on the Arcane Eye. So then, as we're kind of moving, I'm going to have the eye go ahead of me by, let's say, 60 or 90 feet.
Okay, so we're gonna pin this, and if you guys want to all move your tokens on top of one another, I can take you all to the warden's office, where Gaiman saw the other cultists congregating. Let me grab you guys. Okay, and you know what? Actually, what we're going to do here, because this is probably going to break out and turn into something pretty nuts. We see as our final scene from this, you guys heading out from your current location to the warden's quarters to deal with potentially the main group of these bad boys that have taken over the prison, and hopefully stop them from doing any more damage by stealing these records or these magical items present in the warden's office. And I'm going to go ahead and move us back to the start page, guys, and we will go ahead and cliffhanger you guys there as you head to the warden's office, stopping. And I will go ahead and pause the clock. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That was a fun game of D&D. I enjoyed our little combat and the action movie set piece that you guys did of dropping through the ceiling on top of those cultists. And I enjoyed hearing you guys plan out your moves for how you're going to deal with these problems.
Thanks for running.
Crash in like SWAT.
Absolutely. Now, folks, I know next Thursday is Halloween. I don't know if you guys are doing any Halloween parties on Friday evening or anything. I do not plan on doing any Friday evening Halloween parties. So I am planning next week to run. Is there anyone for any reason who cannot make it next week?
Said I should be good.
Same.
I should be good.
Excellent.
I'm good.
Trick-or-treating for us actually falls on Halloween. Sometimes it does not, depending on our neighborhood. But they're actually going to run it that day, so we will not be interrupted. Cool. Well, guys, I am excited to continue our story and continue to kind of shape it as you guys are making your way to the head of the cult of Auril to deal the final blow to them in Bryn Shander. This weekend I'm doing a certification, so I am kind of excited, kind of nervous for that going into the weekend. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and I'm gonna head to bed, so I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.
All right, you too.
Yep. Thanks for running.
My pleasure, guys. Bye.
And thanks everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.